Richard Southern joins us now. When it comes to pandemic recovery, Richard, the Financial Accountability Office says the Ford government underspent by quite a bit, but the province is actually denying this. Walk us through what's happening here.
Yeah, absolutely. The independent fiscal watchdog said today, Erica, that the Ford government didn't spend a penny of the $2.7 billion in COVID relief money it got from the federal government in the fiscal first quarter. That was the FAO saying government didn't spend any of that. This money, by the way, was first announced back in March. The Fed said they were giving it to Ontario to help ease the pressure that COVID-19 was putting on the health system. But again, FAO said none of it was spent. In fact, the Financial Accountability Office said the Ford government spent $2.6 billion less than planned in that April to June quarter. Taking big issue with this, not surprisingly, was the opposition leader, Andrea Horwath.
Honestly, it is disgraceful that Doug Ford refuses to invest the dollars necessary to help us tackle this virus, and that has been a problem all the way along. He doesn't like to spend money. He's a penny pincher, and we all pay the price as a result.
Now, the government didn't want to do an interview with me on this story, but they did provide a statement reading, quote, $2.7 billion referred to in the report is the allocation for the COVID-19 response transfer program for the entire fiscal year. The claim that no spending occurred is not accurate. Just because it wasn't recorded at the time of the data request by the FAO doesn't mean that the spending hasn't occurred. Erica, I asked them to detail what was spent, and they didn't get back to me on that. So we'll continue to follow this one.
All right. The latest inflation numbers have once again broken some old records.
Boy, yeah, things are just costing more and more. And Stats Canada said this morning that inflation is up, or was up in August, 4.1% on a year-over-year basis. This is the biggest jump we've seen since March of 2003. Food prices up another 4.1%. Housing costs up 4.8%. The jump here really driven by the rollback in the economic restrictions, but also the supply chain issues we're seeing, like those for semiconductors, which help drive the price of new cars 7.2% higher. You know, this is really going to take a bite out of our salaries. There was a report from LifeWorks today, Erica, that said the average Canadian should see a salary increase next year of 2.7%, which sounds great until you realize that inflation is up more than 4%, which more than eats away at that salary increase.
Okay, and finally, some of our furry friends are living the high life when it comes to air travel. Really interested in this one, of course.
You and I, we're flying steerage, right, Coach? You and I, the back of the bus. Not some dogs and cats, okay? They are flying private more than ever before. Look at this, Erica.
That's pretty cute, I gotta say. Okay.
Yeah, where's the champagne for the doggies? Private jet rental company VistaJet said it's seen an 86% increase in the number of pets flown over the past 2 years. It's not just dogs and cats. It said it's been regularly flying birds private, even rabbits. Dogs, though, do continue to make up the majority of animal passengers on the business jets, but the number of cats flying private is up a whopping 357% over the past 2 years. More and more people, Erica, looking to fly private to avoid the commercial jets, and they're bringing their lucky dogs and cats along for the ride.
They're a little crazy sometimes. We like to spoil our pets. I don't see anything wrong with that.
And the dogs, they're drinking not Dom Perignon on the flight, but Dog Perignon, I think.
Cute. I like what you did
Our director, Sean, made that terrible joke. Had to relay